All right, we are on page 105, and we are now talking about rational numbers. And let's remember, rational numbers can be decimals, fractions, and integers. Those are all rational numbers. We have vertical number lines today where we also have some spaces here in between the 0 and the -1, or in between the 0 and the 1. So we have those little spaces. We have to kind of figure out what those spaces mean and how that will help us plot these rational numbers, -0.3, -0.5, and 1.4. These are the examples on page 105 in the Unlock the Problem. First of all, we have to figure out how far it is from 0 to -1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little hash marks. So we kind of have to figure out where -0.3 is going to fall on those hash marks. So one method or something we could use to solve this problem is we could just simply make sure we know how they're counting by. Okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. Now we are all in fifths, so if we wanted to, we could put 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, and 4 out of 5. And 5 out of 5 would be 1 whole. In this case, it would be -1. So we have -0.3. Well, -0.3, if we wrote that as a fraction, that would be 3/10. That would be -3/10 because it is 3/10 and we just put 3 over 10. Now we don't have any tenths here, we have fifths. So where would 3/10 go if we were talking in fifths? Well, 3/10, it's in between 1/5 and 2/5 because 1/5 would be the same as 2/10 and 2/5 would be the same as 4/10. So our dot should go somewhere right in between the 1/5 and the 2/5. Okay, so that's -0.3. Now again, we have to make sure we are in the negative world too. We have -0.3. That's where that dot would go. On the next example, they have -0.5. Okay, well, this one's a little bit easier. You have to figure out, well, where's 0.5? Another way would be saying, okay, where's -1/2? Well, -1/2 would be exactly halfway between 0 and -1. Well, we have 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. It would be in between 2/5 and 3/5. So that's where -1/2 would fall on our number line. And finally, the last one, 1.4. Again, how can we write 1.4? Well, we could write it as a mixed number. It would be 1 and 4 over 10. And if we reduce that down, if you remember your reducing fractions from chapter 2, I'll change our colors here. Half of 4 is 2, and half of 10 is 5. So another way of saying 1 and 4/10 would be 1 and 2/5. So here's 0, here's 1. We have to go 1. That would be 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. So 1 and 2/5 would be right on this line. That's where 1 and 2/5 would go. And that would be the same as 1.4. That would be positive 1.4. So we've got -0.3 falls here. -1/2 falls directly in between 0 and -1. And then 1.4 would fall right here on this line. 1.4 in between 1 and 2. Again, we are talking about rational numbers, and we are putting them on our number line.